For our group, which contains myself, Madison, Joelle, and Jenna, we chose Patagonia. And we chose Patagonia because for us, it wasn't about picking the coolest brand, but the brand that has a message behind it. And Patagonia is making high-performance gear that leaves the tiniest footprint possible. They're authentic in their design and strong in their ethos, and in a brand that is what I am personally looking for. It led the outdoor industry in using recycled nylon and polyester fabrics, and Patagonia's vibe is rooted in the idea that clothes are meant to last for years, not just seasons. This is one of their well-known ads on how to reduce, repair, reuse, and recycle their products. Patagonia is socially involved in addressing the impact of its supply chain. Mark Little, the director of men's sportwear and surf apparel, said, "We want to raise awareness around the disposability of not only products but people." For us, that was huge. Instead of ignoring the issues the retail industry has, Patagonia as a company is taking measures to change them. Many brands seem to stop at just informing their consumers about the environmental and social issues, while Patagonia has proved for decades that it can reform its customers' behavior. I mean, it's crazy. Patagonia's swim line is the first ever to be 100% fair trade certified. I picked South Africa for many different reasons. Culturally, they have a strong interest in preserving the things that define them, such as its unique geographic landscape, and even for future generations through conservation efforts, something that Patagonia also feels passionately about. Economically, we chose it for its growing tourism and ecotourism industries. The reason people go there is to surf, hike mountains, and climb the cliffs, and even go on safaris, all of which are areas of specialty of Patagonia. So there's a growing need for Patagonia's products and expertise, and there is fairly a low level of saturation of outdoor companies to fill it. Patagonia could potentially do really well and expand to multiple locations across the country, eventually controlling a dominant share of the market. One of the many social issues that South Africa is facing, here are a few. South Africa's school education is substandard. The number of students enrolled has increased 2.4% since 2012, and the number of students graduating has increased 22.3% since 2012. But there's still a long ways to go. Not all children have the materials they need to be fully educated. Next, the public health system deals with a massive disease burden. 6 out of the 8 top causes of death in youth are caused by disease. And lastly, and most importantly, South Africa remains a divided society. South Africa is a federal republic with a parliamentary democracy. South Africa's constitution is admired globally, but for some reason the country is still unable to realize the rights set out on the constitution. The main reason for all this lack of political will is on all parts. They also run into issues when the government fails to implement court decision. The question on land is arguably the most prominent question in South Africa. Politicians' largest challenge is to improve the various bureaucratic processes and find solutions to giving more South Africans secure. Unlike most brands, Patagonia stands up about their political views. Clearly stated on their website says, "The president stole your land. In an illegal move, the president just reduced the size of Bear Ears and Grand Staircase Escalante's national monuments. This is the largest elimination of protected land in American history." Retailers no longer have the luxury of sitting on the sidelines. The decision on brands and retailers to take a public stand carries considerable risks. Staying neutral may no longer be an option. Culturally, South Africa is primed to be the next perfect market for Patagonia. Both the country and the company share a passion for preserving the planet's natural resources and environment, and hold a deeply rooted belief that it is our responsibility to advocate for them. However, this isn't the only thing that Patagonia and South Africa share in common. They are also both encourage people to engage in outdoor activities and extreme sports. The economic growth is projected to pick up moderately in 2018 and 19, as strong activity in trading partners boosts exports. Investment will support growth in 2019 on the assumption that business confidence increases and policy uncertainty fades. Despite persistently high unemployment, private consumption will expand as wages increase moderately, as well as food prices. Again, we chose Patagonia as our brand because we believe in their message, and we also believe that South Africa would be a great place for Patagonia to expand their market.